Hey, and will I ever learn? No, I won't. Um, you didn't hear a damn word I said. Okay, what I said was, hi, welcome to In Sherry's Opinion. I'm Sherry, and this is my damn opinion. Hey, Cindy, everything is sucking. But thanks for asking. Yes, how's everything with you? Can't be as bad as the stuff I'm going through. But it can't be as bad as what Darrell Brooks is going through. I've been keeping up with this trial, and it's very frustrating for me to watch him blatantly disrespect the court, the victims, their families, And I want to go over some of this stuff today with you guys because I've been listening to it periodically, off and on. And I watched a little today, and some things really stuck out to me. Most of everything he's ever said has stuck out to me. However, there are some things in here that shed light to what kind of man Darrell Brooks is, why he's the way that he is. And so that's what I want to share with you today. Let's see here. I don't think I can do it that way. Let's see. I'll check and see if this is going to echo. If it does, I'll mute myself. I'll check and see if this. Whoa. But I think I got it. No, I don't. We're going to start at 1624. If I can get it there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, boy. It's hard to get it just right there. All right. We'll play. Come on. Let's see if that'll work. What the hell? Let's see if that'll work. What the hell? Let's see if that'll work. What the hell? Let's see if that'll work. Well, let's try this. Let's try this. And I'm squeaking, so let's see.
already is on our Zoom? Do you know?
I hate when they mute stuff and you think that it's you. I hate when they mute stuff. Uh-oh. And you think that it's, or that you think it's their video, but you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Okay. I wish I could do it from here like I used to. Play. See? He's moving. Where's the sound?
I'm outside of the remote right now. Like she would be. Victims or your family members?
Yes. If it pleases the court, that someone can please render the account for me at this time.
Right, the appearance of Mr. Brooks is noted. The court will not be addressing that last request of yours. We are here today to continue with the sentencing hearing. I do have the Zoom up. I have not brought in any of the individuals from the waiting room just yet. I wanted to know if there was anything the court needed to address before bringing those individuals in and then turning to Mr. Brooks to start his portion of the sentencing hearing from the state.
There's two issues that I'm aware of, Your Honor. One is we're requesting if the court would briefly allow a young girl by the name of Brooke, who provided an impact statement yesterday, to read that statement again. She felt like she did not get a good chance to do that yesterday. And it's a brief statement, if you would just allow that. And then I just wanted for the record to let the court know that at the close of today's hearing, we will be prepared to address the motion for stay pending appeal.
All right, thank you. Can you remind me, was she interrupted at all based on anything that went on yesterday? Was that either the court taking a break?
Yes, it was related to, or Mr. Brooks' removal from the courtroom. Yes.
All right. Any comment or position on the request that she be able to restate her victim impact statement prior to the people we have on Zoom for you making their statements, sir?
I don't recall that particular victim being interrupted because of the issue with me being sent to the other courtroom. I think it may have been a break that may have cut that particular victim off from the statement.
Whatever the circumstances were, I have a request from a victim to give a statement. I'm going to honor that request and allow her to make that statement before I turn things over to you and the people who are on Zoom on your behalf, okay? Other than that, is there anything else you wish the court to address before I hear from victims or your family members?
Yes, I just wanted to let the court know that there will be, in fact, 4 people speaking on my behalf, if that pleases Your Honor.
All by Zoom?
Yes, correct.
Are they all on your list?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
No.
Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I want to say hi to everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. I really do appreciate it. And I do want to hear what you guys are thinking about this too. This guy is just a monster. I kind of went past some things because I was reading chat, but I will get back on my job here.
No new entries.
That no new entries remark was Brooks' way of um, stabs at the victim that wanted to speak again, that little girl. That was his way of jabbing that knife in. You know what I mean? He's so, oh, makes me so mad.
All pursuant to what I submitted to Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, do we have 3 or 4 individuals on by Zoom? 3. I guess I just wasn't clear if the 4th was going to be. Is the 4th with another of the individuals that already is on our Zoom? Do you know?
I believe the 4th was trying to access the Zoom link. They expressed that they had already had the Zoom ready to speak on my behalf, but they were having a little bit of trouble, I guess, accessing the link from the courts.
Tell us the individuals you have on by Zoom right now. I have Mary.
I'm going to skip past some of this, so just bear with me if you can, please. I think he just wants to make sure that everybody knows he has 4 people there rooting for him. Wait till you see him.
Edwards, John Allworth, and Dawn one that I assume is Woods. All right, who would be the 4th then? So
Miss Marsha Winters.
Marsha Winters. Okay, we don't have a Marsha Winters on. I know your mom has the Zoom information. It's an ID, a meeting ID and a password, not a link. So hopefully that can be. Oh, he created the link. All right. I'll have Madam Clerk. Do you have all 3 trying?
Ladies and gentlemen, meet the mother of the year. My commentary on this wonderful, beloved mother.
I'm good. Ms. Woods, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
All right, thank you. I know you have your camera on. You're unmuted. There are 2 other individuals on
Uh-huh.
Zoom. They currently have their cameras off. I
Oh.
believe they're both muted. I would just simply ask that we take one person in turn. You are on the Zoom. It is viewable in the courtroom. I want to acknowledge, ma'am, I did receive what I believe is a written statement that you faxed to the court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then if that is, I'm not sure who joined us at the moment.
I don't know.
All right, is it Ms. Edwards? All right, Ms.
Probably 'cause I
Edwards,
can't sweat.
if you could please, I'm gonna have Ms. Woods talk first, and then I'll have you next. If you could keep your camera off and your microphone muted until it's your turn to talk. That way I can give my full attention to Ms. Woods.
Sure.
Very good, thank you. All right, so once again, Ms. Woods, I believe you sent in a fax yesterday, is that right?
No, I believe it was this morning.
Oh, this morning, all right. I have
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
and I've read it. Go ahead, what would you like to tell the court, and thank you for being with us today.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. I have two things I would like to tell. One is a written statement, Your Honor, and then I have a poem I would like to read after my statement, if that's permissible.
Oh, I wasn't muted. I wonder what's behind the sheet there, behind Mama. Got everything covered up with a sheet. She don't want people to see all her prized possessions. Yeah, it makes me sick too. Not as sick as he is, though. Hi, everybody. Thank you for your commentary. I appreciate your commenting and everything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Mental illness affects everyone. It destroys lives, families, and hurts society. For far too long, it's been a dirty little secret in families that no one wants to talk about. Mental illness.
Can I just say something real quick? Okay, her son, her baby boy, her only son, is in the predicament that he is. Where were you, Mama? Why are you not in the courtroom? Your son is getting ready to go away for the rest of his damn life, and you are not there to support him. You start out your speech to the judge with mental illness issues. Mental illness is not what's going on here. This is a learned behavior that your son has from his upbringing. And you are enabling him and believing, oh, he's such a good boy, he'd never do that. Yeah, Why are you talking about mental illness instead of when you found out you were pregnant with him and when he was born and when he was little? Stuff like that. How he was a good boy or he had a shitty life like everybody else, right? We have shitty lives, but we don't go out and do what he did. And listening to this mother, there's no doubt in my mind why society is the way that it is.
Is the elephant in the room that so many pretend it's not there. People who suffer from it are often shunned by families and friends, rejected by society, and made fun of, the subject of bad jokes, ridiculed, and judged on YouTube, podcasts, Facebook, and other media posts, used in campaign ads, disrespected, stripped of their dignity. No one cares. No one sees their pain or hears their cries and pleas for help. They are the forgotten ones and viewed by many of not having a place in a society. It is no fault of their own that they have become ill and began to change from the person we all knew. Once viewed as fun, loving, and kind, are now the outcasts of society. We say they're what's wrong with society? They're idiots, unfit. They need to be disposed of, thrown out with the rest of the trash. They serve no, the same my brother's keeper doesn't apply to them. And the Bible in the book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 4, it
Just stop. Just stop it. Quit. That pisses me off. People try to, and I believe in God, okay? I believe in Jesus Christ. But this is what happens. People get busted, and it's all God this and God that. Look, it's kind of like this saying, if you don't bring me flowers when I'm alive, don't bring me flowers when I die. It sounds like he wrote it, doesn't it? He didn't have a father growing up. So that tells me his mom was working, he said it himself, 2 or 3 jobs. So he raised himself. The streets actually raised Darrell Brooks because his mother was working, because he did not have a father, because his father died. But that's not the makings of a murderer. And that's what he is. He ran over his girlfriend's foot. Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, he used his mother's vehicle. She's an enabler. I'm going to run to the bathroom while I let this play real quick.
says, let each of you not look only to his own interests, but also the interests of others. Mental illness calls them to do the unthinkable. They must be punished. Yes, I agree. There should be some accountability for their actions. But we also must render help. What good is punishment without correction to prevent the act from happening again? In their cases, or many of their cases, treatment, therapy, medication, hospitals, and institutions that specialize in helping those who suffer with mental illness need to be offered. And I believe these places can help those who suffer become mentally well. I believe lawmakers and society as a whole need to recognize mental illness. Mental illness cannot be eradicated with prison bars. Mental illness is going to always be there. It's invasive. With treatment and therapy, medication, and hospitals and institutions that specialize in the treatment of mental illness, it can be controlled. What else can we do as a society to help those who suffer from mental illness? How about showing a little compassion, empathy, and some understanding? Families need to advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves or who struggle to understand what's happening to them. Lawmakers should support by providing resources to individuals so they can get the help they need. Now, I've been dealing with mental illness for over 30 some odd years.
There are a lot of programs out there for people that have mental issues. I know this because I've been through it. I have depression, anxiety, PTSD. My son, he has ADHD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, um, abandonment issues, all kinds of stuff. There is help out there. Where were you when your child was little and he needed the help? Our children's issues start in the home. They learn things from home before they even get out in the world. They learn how to treat others the way they see their parents treating others. They act a fool and blame it on something else or someone else. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know. Some believe it or not, I do believe that some people are born this way. I've watched a lot of documentaries where there has been women that has said their child never wanted to be held and cuddled and they never smiled and stuff like that. I believe evil can be born, but it's also learned. I don't think he was born this way, but that's just my opinion. But there are some that are.
And here's my take on it. And I think I have a little insight on it. From the surface, I believe that treatments need to be offered. I believe that if treatment is offered early, when the signs of mental illness first shows, and it's addressed and stayed on top of, instead of let people lagger and fall through the cracks. Just maybe.
Just maybe, Mama.
There would be less court cases and less people crying because their loved ones was hurt or was injured or killed because
She is talking as if she knows. She knows she should have done something.
Someone of mental illness attacked them. Maybe that needs to be done. Treatment needs to be done early and right away and stayed up on and not let people fall through the crack holes and not be shunned out the door as the saying, you don't have a mental illness, you're just a bad person and needs to be locked up. Jail the only answer. Help, treatment, hospitalization, and medication. It plays a big role in preventing this where we are today if it would have been offered sooner. Now, I have a poem that I have adopted, not just for my son Darrell, but for all the people who suffer from mental illness. And I let this be my theme and some inspiration. And I hope that Darrell will find strength in this poem. I sent it to him. And it's a poem that was written by the late, great Maya Angelou. I don't know if you're familiar with her writings, but she was a brilliant poet.
And she wrote this poem back in 1969 for a totally different reason. It was during the racial injustice era. But I believe it applies to those who suffer from mental illness as well. It's called Caged Bird. A free bird beats on the back of the wind and floats downstream
So the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to touch the sky. But a caged bird that stalks down his narrow cage.
No, and he hasn't even got to talk yet. First name, last name. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Well, the judge reads this later, and she says that the only time that he has ever been gotten any kind of help for mental illness is when he was arrested and put in prison. That's the only time that he has claimed to have a mental illness, was when he was arrested. So, and wait till we get to his statement. Anti-personality disorder, yeah. I think he's more of a psychopath and not mentally ill. Yeah, I can agree with that. Exactly, only because he had to, and it always worked before. Yep. And it ain't gonna work this time. I'm okay. First name, last name. That's so funny. I like that. Similar to narcissist personality disorder. Well, that's a new diagnosis. I mean, I've never heard of a narcissist personality I mean, I know there's narcissist and personality disorders, but uh, that's a new one on me. Aside, I think he's more of a sociopath. Um, yeah, sociopath. I think is would be more correct. Oh, Sorry, Penny. I didn't get your water for you. She's getting better. She actually went outside today. She's been eating too, so I'm really glad about that. Um, okay, I probably will just go ahead and skip around a little bit, but I am really disappointed that, the mother, her speech was this way. I mean, I figured she'd talk about, you know, her experience having her child and raising him, and he's a good boy, and all this kind of crap. Um, but she didn't. And she didn't say anything. Well, I think she did towards the end here. And I can go ahead and play it. About um, the individuals, the victims in this. Let's listen real quick.
Can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, and he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with fearful thrill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another.
Yep. And your baby is now a caged bird.
Breeze, and the trade winds that when soft winds with soft signs through the trees, and the fat worms waiting on the dawn's bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts or the nightmare scream. Their wings are clipped.
No, he can be there since I know who it is. We'll
All
just,
right, it's my husband is here.
will he be speaking or
Okay.
just you?
No, no, he's not speaking.
I did like his grandma. Of course, she was a little bit of a narcissist herself, talking about all the things she did and all the good she did for her community and all this bull crap. And she talks a lot about the Bible and stuff like that. And they're all hiding behind Jesus Christ. And I don't like that because they're using him. And I don't like that. But this is going to get better because we're getting ready to get into Darrell Brooks's side and what he would like to address. She does look very nice.
You wanna take her camera?
Good afternoon.
And I should say for the record that obviously Dawn Woods was the first speaker, and I have Mary Edwards. If you
Yeah, I do have a lot to say. I'm gonna like to stand up if I may. It's emotional. I apologize for taking so long. I want to start first by giving glory to God. I believe in Jesus Christ wholeheartedly. I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God.
Yes, he is, and I hope you believe.
Father, to die for all our sins, everybody. Everybody in this courtroom today.
Maybe you should have thought about that sooner.
Everyone walking this planet. Mostly for those of us who will believe. I believe that he was crucified on the cross at Calvary. He shed his blood on that cross.
Yeah, he's just spewing shit. Oh, stop it, Darrell. That's funny. Right. If he believed in Jesus Christ, he would not have done what he did. And he would be sympathetic with all these people, and he would be on his knees begging God for forgiveness. If I hit one person, that would kill me. But he hit several. And this is going to affect these people's lives mentally. But does he say anything about that? No. He doesn't think about their PTSD, their pain, physically, mentally, emotionally. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I would never be able to drive another car, which I don't have one now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I mean, I would have nightmares. I know me. And I could never do that and sleep at night. No, you're right. First name, last name. He believes that he has done no wrong. And he actually points that out here shortly. And I like the way that he thinks he knows the Bible, but he don't. He doesn't know about Jesus. If you listen, this is going to crack you up if you listen to this. Hang on.
And he died. He was buried.
He was not buried. Jesus was not buried. He was laid in that tomb inside the mountain. And he was covered with a shroud. And that is a linen they used, like a Muslim cloth that we have now for babies. It was like that. And when God rose Jesus from the dead as he promised that he would. It left Jesus's print, his imprint on that shroud. He said, "What difference does it make now?" He said that? That's something that Hillary Clinton said. What difference does it make now anyway? When those 4 guys died that she left abandoned out there, and she sent them on this suicide thing is what it was. Well, I shouldn't have said that word. Well, the unaliving, yeah, something like that. Okay. This is going to get good.
That he rose again after 3 days to glory. Took his glorious place at the right hand of the Father. The Bible says that he was exalted, given a name that is above all names, so that at the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow in heaven, on earth.
All right, I'm skipping ahead of this. I can't stand no more of this shit. Let's see what's next. I just wrote down a few things. Alrighty. Let's see. What the heck? I do not know how. I must be on a different, like that you have law and crime, and that's probably what I did. Law and crime is usually who I watch, and this is court TV. So that's why I'm off a little bit on their times. Oh, stop it, Darrell. uh,
I don't know that they're ready for that yet.
Respect. I think it's important to state why I did want to turn. Comment was made about this mask. It's something that I've worn the whole year of this incident. I don't. Well, I'm not gonna say don't, but I don't feel like I needed to go in too wild. Chose to wear this. There are a lot of different reasons why. But it definitely has nothing to do with hiding anything. there is nothing to hide. When you're on TV every day, when your life is being dissected for the world to see, when your family's on TV every day in some capacity, um, when you're on pretty much every social media platform, what is there to hide from? I want
You can't hide from God, that's for
each
sure.
and every victim in this incident, family members, those who lost loved ones, those who are still healing. I want you to know that no matter how you felt during this year, no matter how you felt yesterday,
It's exactly what he did.
I want everyone to know, also the community of Waukesha, I want you to know that not only am I sorry for what happened, I'm sorry that you could not see what's truly in my heart, that you cannot see the remorse that I have, that you cannot listen to all the phone calls that I've made to my family, that you cannot hear all the prayers that I've said in my cell, that you cannot count all the tears that I've dropped in this year.
All the phone calls that you got to have with your family when these people had to bury their family. You son of a bitch. They don't get to talk to their loved ones. They don't get to call their loved ones on the phone and talk to them. Why? Because you fucking killed them. Sorry. That just kind of came out. Because you ran them down. And kept going. You cry for no one but yourself. I have no sympathy for you, Darrell Brooks. I have no sadness in my heart for you whatsoever. You don't care about others. You cannot take responsibility for your own actions because you are not a man. You are a coward. And I hope that you get what you deserve in prison. But I really don't even have to hope it because this is your destiny, dude. And you can repeat it as many times as you want to. You can even click your heels together 3 times and say how hard it is for you. How hard it is for me. How hard it is for me. How hard it is for me. Really? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a rat's ass how hard it is for you. The jailhouse lawyer. Oh, yeah, I defended myself in a murder trial. That is the stupidest damn thing you can do. 6 people he's accused of killing in the beginning. And he wants to represent himself? What he was doing was he was trying to get a mistrial. That's what I think. He was thinking, oh, if I fire my attorneys, it'll drag it out and it'll keep me out of prison longer. And kind of like with Letitia Stalk and her fake, crazy crap she pulls. And Lori, she does it too. Did you hear about the state taking 50% of all his earnings that he makes in prison, if he does? And if anybody sends him money for commissary, like his family, so he can go buy some cheese puffs or whatever, he only gets 50 cents on a dollar. The other 50 cents goes towards paying these people their restitution. Just because he has such an attitude, he has screwed himself up one side and down the other. But I better hurry up because I have so much more that I want to share. Let's see if I can find some of this. Skip over some of this. So what is he yapping?
A lot of people don't understand what it is to battle mental health issues. Not just that, but the difficulties of life in general.
What? Um, what the hell? Most people don't understand what it's like to struggle and have mental health problems or any other kind of problems. What does he think, that the world is all puppy dogs and rainbows and lollipops and bullshit? No. Oh my God, this guy's tripping.
The childhood I had, not having a father, having to see my mom sometimes work 2 and 3 jobs just to be able to support us. I remember being a child and me and my sister, my mom only had 2 children. My sisters passed away. But I remember being a child and me and my sister and my mom standing in the welfare line to get milk, to get cheese, bread, spam.
I still do that, dude.
And when you're a kid, you don't understand that. You think
Nope, you don't.
it's normal.
So, how did it affect you then? If you thought it was normal, how did that bother you? Yeah, me too. I get Indian commodities. I got to be in court at 9 in the morning because I had issues with my disability checks. And now I am 2 months behind on rent. So I have 48 hours to get out of my apartment. And I don't have anywhere to go. So, Darrell Brooks, enjoy the free room and board paid for by taxpayers, hardworking Americans. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, but let's keep going. Gotta mute so I don't echo.
I remember living in apartment buildings infested with rodents and bugs. You, Attorney Opera, I don't respect how you did your job, and I never will. But I refuse to get in a name calling. I refuse to raise my voice. I refuse to do any of that. And I realized that last night. The part of me that I don't understand why it goes the way it goes had every intention to come in here and lay into you. Out of frustration. Yet, I respect you having the resolve that you remembered who I am here in my heart. She doesn't even understand. She doesn't even understand. I was born in June during the time that I've been here. Questioning life itself. Questioning what's the point of being here to go through all this pain, to go through all the doubts, feelings of inadequacy I can relate to firsthand. Being made fun of, being joked about, being jeered at, being bullied. Pray. Punch your mat if you're frustrated.
This guy can't talk any slower. I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here for now and finish this another day. I'm going to link up with Court TV because I think I'm on Law and Crime. That's why my times are off on my video. But he talks too much. Yeah, I hate those things. But I will work on the timing of this, and I will just, if I can, I will finish this tomorrow. Let me see what happens in court and all that crap. I do enjoy seeing you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. And I guess I will just holler at you.